Pulwama mastermind Hamza has been killed. The 29 Pulwama mastermind Hamza killed by an unknown gunman. That's the big breaking news we are getting at the moment. One of the masterminds of the Pulwama attack that took place in 2019, Hamza has now been killed by an unknown gunman. Those are the details, Prabha Faisal, that we're getting at the moment. Preliminary information coming in about Hamza Burhan, the mastermind, one of the masterminds of the 2019 Pulwama attack. This is what we know of Hamza, a terror commander responsible for the recruitment of other terrorists. He was one of the masterminds of the Pulwama terror attack. He has now been killed by an unknown gunman. That's what we're given to understand. The big breaking news coming in. This is regarding the 2019 Pulwama attack. The mastermind, the one who recruited terrorists, has been eliminated, neutralized by an unknown gunman. That's the big breaking news at the moment. We'll also try and connect with our reporters to get you more details on what we know so far about this killing, about the killing of the designated terrorist, Hamza, one of the masterminds of the Pulwama terror attack. Ankit and Bhavtosh are both joining us on the broadcast. Bhavtosh, what do we know? What do we know about this killing?
Well, as far as this killing is concerned, no word from Pakistan, but as you have seen in recent past, there have been over 27 most wanted terrorists. They have been killed by unknown gunmen. Pakistan has always put the blame on India, but the fact remains that all these terrorists, these most wanted terrorists, have been killed only because of the fact that they have no more required by the Pakistan. As far as Hamza Burhan is concerned, he was one of the masterminds of Pulwama attack, the dastardly attack that happened in Pulwama in February 2019, in which more than 30 CRPF soldiers were martyred, and subsequent to that, NIA took over the investigation. NIA filed the main charge sheet in 2021, and in that charge sheet it has been mentioned that Jaish-e-Mohammed was responsible for the attack, and Hamza Burhan with other individuals other terrorists were responsible for the killing, and they in fact masterminded that attack. As far as Pulwama terror attack is concerned, one of the accused in fact carried out that attack. He in fact was in a car, and that car exploded outside the convoy, killing at least 35 CRPF personnel. The Indian investigating agency, particularly NIA, proved the fact that it was Jaish-e-Mohammed and other militant outfits that were responsible. But Pakistan continued to deny that there was military confrontation between India and Pakistan. As far as Hamza Burhan is concerned, he was from Pulwama. He was someone who provided logistical and financial support.
Okay, all right. We also have Ankit and Sahil Sohail joining us on the broadcast. Before I go across to our reporters, I want to quickly also introduce SP Ved. Thank you very much for joining us, sir. Let me quickly take live updates from our reporters before I come to you for your assessment and analysis. Ankit, this is what we know so far. Hamza, one of the masterminds of the Pulwama terror attack, he was responsible for terror recruitment, has been killed by an unknown gunman. Do we know the area where this has happened? Is there anyone taking claim, responsibility for the killing?
Right now, this is the big development in Muzaffarabad, Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Hamza Burhan has been shot down by the unknown gunman. Hamza Burhan was the top commander of the Al-Badr, and he was one of the main mastermind of the Pulwama terror attack. He was the main for recruiting the youth and to execute the terror attack. But yes, this is the big development which is coming from the Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, Muzaffarabad. He has been hit in his office with 3 to 6 bullets has been fired on him, and he has been shot dead. This is the big development. He is associated with the Al-Badr terror organization, and he is one of the most top commanders of the Al-Badr, who is responsible for recruiting the youth into the terror groups in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, and one of the mastermind of the Pulwama terror attack.
All right, let me quickly go across to Suhail as well. So Ankit is telling us this happened at his office where an unknown gunman opened fire. 5 to 6 rounds, I believe, have been fired, in which Hamza has been killed. That's the breaking input coming in. Another enemy of India killed by an unknown gunman. I think we have Mr. SP on the broadcast with us, former DGP Jammu and Kashmir. Thank you very much for joining us. Your first reaction: terrorist Hamza Burhan has been eliminated, and he's the one who handpicked, trained terrorists, recruited them, one of the masterminds of 2019 Pulwama attack. He's been killed by an unknown gunman. That's all we know at the moment.
Good karma is catching up with these people. They are getting cleaned off in Pakistan. I think Hamza was very, very important from our viewpoint, because he was one of the person behind Pulwama attack, and the whole world knows how we lost 40 brave CRPF Jawans in that massive attack. In fact, leading to even Balakot after that attack by India, and then how terror camp in Balakot was blasted by Indian Air Force. So I think good riddance. These people, the sooner they get horrified, the better it is. And I think it's a big blow to Pakistan's terror network. Maybe Pakistan does not need their services. Their ISI feels that now they lost utility, so maybe their own some internal intergroup rivalry. Who is doing it, we do not know about it. But then from our standpoint of view, it's good that he's gone.
All right. Thank you very much, SP Vedji, for speaking with us. Let me quickly also go across to Suhail. So Hamza Burhan was designated as a listed terrorist in 2022. Like Mr. SP Ved was also pointing out, not just the Pulwama attack, perhaps he had a role to play in other attacks as well, and the terror recruitment that he was involved in.
Well, exactly. First of all, this incident took place outside the AIMS college in Muzaffarabad, where this Hamza Burhan was sitting inside a vehicle, and then unknown gunmen basically pumped in 6 bullets towards him, and he suffered critical injuries, though he was immediately shifted to hospital, but he has come to injuries. Now he is a listed terrorist and is believed to be in fact behind Pulwama terror attack, as well as was close aid of this Abu Dujana, Abu Qasim. These are the names who already security forces have killed in Kashmir Valley, as well as Burhan Muzaffar Wani of Hizbul Mujahideen, and Zakir Musa, importantly, who was in fact had floated another terror outfit linked to Al-Qaeda in Kashmir Valley. So this Dr. Hamza Burhan, who has now been killed in Muzaffarabad, was someone who was switching over his roles from terror recruitment in Muzaffarabad to working as college principal, and now he stands eliminated by the unknown gunmen there in Muzaffarabad, outside the AIMS college, where in fact some reports also suggesting that he was also there working, and in fact his base for recruitment of terrorists in Muzaffar was that college actually. So Dr. Hamza, this Burhan Hamza, or Hamza Burhan, who has now been eliminated, was someone who was very closely working with the terror outfits who are operating in Kashmir Valley, whether it is Lashkar-e-Taiba, Hizbul Mujahideen, TRF, or Al-Badr. These all outfits were basically in touch with him. He was in touch with the terrorists who were operating Kashmir, though all of his in fact associates and those terrorists who he had recruited, in fact pushed to Kashmir Valley, have been eliminated. And today in this strike that was in fact unfolded in Muzaffarabad,
Burhan Wani and Zakir Musa's aide has been eliminated by an unknown gunman. Do stay on with us. Very quickly, last question, Bhavtosh. There is an undercurrent, there is a shift which is visible in these cases that have risen of these unknown gunmen getting too close within the firing range of these top terrorists.
Yes, Swati. In fact, there have been series of such attacks, one can say from 2022 onwards till now. And despite Pakistan continuously blaming India, the fact remains all these terrorists, 22 to 24 at least terrorists, known terrorists, have all been wanted in India. There have been dossiers that have been submitted by India There have been evidence that has been presented by India. All of them are wanted in some of the most deadliest attacks that have happened, whether it's Kandahar's IC-814 hijacking to this particular Pulwama attack. And even despite India presenting the evidence, the fact remains that Pakistan never took any action against them. Pakistan blames India for these killings. But fact remains that if Pakistan had handed over these terrorists to India, then they would have faced a trial here in the country. Better late than never. This terrorists have been shot dead. As our colleagues have said that he was a designated terrorist who was associated with Al-Badr, a proscribed terror organization. As far as his role is concerned in Pulwama, he was one who provided logistical support as well as continuously monitoring those terrorists who were in fact a human bomb who blew themselves.
All right, Bhavtosh, Ankit and Suhail, do stay on with us. A very quick break on the broadcast. We'll be back on this big story, get you more updates on the other side.